As you are able, would you please rise?
Good afternoon, soon-to-be graduates, parents, families, and friends, and welcome to Ohio Northern University's 155th commencement ceremony. My name, My name is Melissa Bauman, and I'm so pleased to be the 12th president of ONU, and I have the honor and privilege of presiding at this event. To begin our program, Pastor Brian Hansen, Capital Ministries Global Director and father of graduate Hayden Hansen, will give the invocation. Please remain standing if you are able for the invocation and the singing of our national anthem, which will be led by Ms. Madison Schenk, who graduates today with honors summa cum laude with a major in musical theater. Pastor Hansen.
As the father of one of the graduating seniors and having the honor to have a prayer of blessing over this class, it caused me to reflect deeply on what I would desire to pray over all of you as you move forward in life. So as I'm praying this prayer of blessing over all of you, this prayer most specifically is with one young man in the back of my mind, and his name is Hayden. Would you pray with me? Our gracious Heavenly Father, we gather today with gratitude and reverence at this special occasion at Ohio Northern University. We thank you for the privilege of celebrating these graduates and for the journey that has brought them to this moment. Your word reminds us that every good and perfect gift comes from above, coming down from the Father of lights, according to James chapter 1. And today we recognize that the knowledge gained, the friendships forged, and the perseverance shown are all gifts from your gracious hand. As these graduates step forward into new opportunities, we hold on to your promise to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths, according to Proverbs 3. I ask that you would guide their decisions, steady their steps, and give them wisdom and discernment. Lord, as they go forward, would you give them courage? As you have said, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Shape them into the young men and young women of integrity, compassion, humility, seeking to honor you in all they do. We commit this ceremony and these graduates into your hands, trusting that the good work you have begun in them, you will carry it on to completion. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Please be seated. More than any other university event or program, commencement has a special and a symbolic significance. We have dressed in our academic regalia, hung the ONU seal, and lined the stage with the flags of the students' countries and flags from our ONU Academic Honorary Organization. Today, we celebrate student success. We applaud academic achievement, and we confer upon our students the degrees they have worked so very hard to complete. While our primary purpose is to pay tribute to the students who are graduating today, we would be remiss if we did not pause to recognize the collective efforts of so many faculty, staff, parents, family, friends, and trustees who have supported our graduates' achievements. Ever since 1874, when the 11 members of the very first graduating class received their degrees, the campus community has gathered to celebrate and share in this time-honored tradition. And today, we are celebrating the 526 members of the class of 2026 who will soon have their degrees conferred, and then who will join the nearly 35,000 graduates who make up our very proud Polar Bear family of alums. The class of 2026 has a bright future because you have received an excellent education from our outstanding faculty. Faculty members are the very core of our enterprise. They are dedicated teachers, respected scholars, and caring and exacting mentors. They provide extraordinary service to our students while challenging them to make the most of their educational opportunities. Administrative and support staff at ONU also serve our students in important ways and enhance student learning far beyond the walls of the classroom. Will the ONU faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? And would everyone, especially the class of 2026, please join me in expressing our appreciation to them. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce those members of the platform party who have not yet already been introduced. As their name is read, each will rise and remain standing, and I ask that you please hold your applause until all introductions are made. Dr. Adrian Thompson Bradshaw, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. John Navin, Dean of the Dickey College of Business Administration. Dr. John David Yoder, Dean of the T.J. Small College of Engineering. Dr. Stacy Lowry Bretz, Dean of the Getty College of Arts and Sciences. Ms. Savannah Robinson, Student Speaker. Dr. Juliette Herdig, Provost. Dr. Rick Keyes, Chair, Ohio Northern University Board of Trustees. Captain Barbara Boyer, Honorary Degree Recipient. Dr. Rhonda Lehman, ONU Board of Trustees. Ms. Anne-Marie Kalinsky, ONU Board of Trustees. And assisting us today with sign language interpretation is Ms. Delaney Streichel. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. Thank you. I am now pleased to introduce Dr. Rick Keyes, Chair of Ohio Northern University's Board of Trustees, who will offer a welcome on behalf of our board.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of the Ohio Northern University Board of Trustees, I am delighted to welcome you to the undergraduate and MSA commencement for the class of 2026. I have the honor of serving as the chair of ONU's Board of Trustees. We are a group of 23 dedicated individuals who are responsible for ensuring the quality and stewardship of the university, now and into the future. Today's joyful event honors you, our soon-to-be graduates, for successfully completing your degree requirements. The trustees recognize that you have worked hard to reach this milestone, and we are very proud of your accomplishments and determination. I also want to thank your family members for their support and congratulate them as well for sharing in the joy that this day brings. Welcome to all, and congratulations, soon-to-be graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Keyes, for your welcome and for your service and leadership to the university. And now I am very pleased to introduce our commencement speaker. Captain Barbara Boyer, an ONU alumna and trailblazer in the U.S. Navy, has dedicated over 30 years to military service and national intelligence. She broke barriers as the first woman to serve as Director of Intelligence for the Pacific Fleet and the first woman from any military branch to command the Joint Intelligence Center Pacific. Following her naval retirement, she continued her service as a senior executive with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. A 2019 ONU Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Captain Boyer has remained deeply connected to the university and currently serves on the Getty College of Arts and Sciences Advisory Board. A former student athlete, a basketball player, I understand, correct? Yes, she is a steadfast supporter of ONU athletics and has translated her passion for global exploration into the Captain Barbara Boyer Endowment Fund for International Travel, ensuring future generations of polar bears can experience the world. It is truly my great pleasure to present Captain Barbara Boyer.
Need to lower that a little bit. Before I begin my remarks, I have two preliminary comments to make. First, Mike Willix, wherever you're at, I delivered the message to your grandson, Colin. He's very proud. And second, I can't come up here without doing a couple selfies. Thank you, President Baumann, for that kind introduction. President Baumann, distinguished faculty, dedicated university staff and trustees, proud families and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Thank you for the privilege of standing with you on this remarkable day. I never thought 50 years ago, when I was sitting where you were, that I'd be asked to offer commencement remarks, but here we are. As I considered what I might say, my initial inclination was to call upon the poetry of Theodore Geisel, AKA Dr. Seuss. He wrote, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose." I quickly realized, however, that I needed a bit more substance or it would go down as the shortest commencement speech in history. Not that many of you would object. So, seeking additional inspiration, I decided to do that which statistically 85% of you have done at some point in your time here at Ohio Northern. I asked Claude, ChatGPT, and Microsoft Copilot to generate ideas for a commencement speech at a small Midwestern university with colleges of engineering, business, and arts and sciences. The suggestions they produced were disappointing, to say the least. And I'm sure your professors would agree. They lacked real substance, and they offered all the platitudes one would expect. Not satisfied, I hit reset, much like you do in a video game when hardware or software issues arise and you can't continue. In fact, today feels a little bit like the moment at the end of a great video game level. The music swells, The boss has been defeated, and the screen flashes level complete. Today, you've completed a huge level of your life. Years of lectures, research papers, exams, late-night study sessions, group projects that felt like boss battles, and moments when you'd wonder if you'd run out of health bars. And yet, here you are, victory screen. But we know that message doesn't mean the game is over. It means the next level is about to begin. You stand at the final level of one game and the opening screen of another. And like every great video game superhero, you didn't get here on skill alone. You had persistence, absolutely. You had talent, yes. You took ownership of your learning, without a doubt. But you also had something every hero quietly relies on: luck. The kind of luck to which I'm referring is not the force that causes things to happen by chance, like winning Ohio's Mega Million jackpot. I'm quite familiar with blind luck, having personally experienced it during my senior year at Ohio Northern. It was an especially cold January day crossing the tundra, aren't they all? So I decided to cut through McIntosh on my way from Kinghorn to Hill. Unbeknownst to me, there were 2 Navy officer recruiters on campus. I stopped to talk, one thing led to another, and a month after graduation, I was off to officer candidate school in Newport, Rhode Island. 30 years later, I retired, having enjoyed an extremely rewarding career that took me all over the world, challenged me in ways I never thought possible, broadened my worldview, and led to lasting friendships. Looking back, I realized that while chance had me walk through McIntosh, it was the other kind of luck that was instrumental in being offered the opportunity to earn a commission. The type of luck to which I'm referring is defined as when preparation meets opportunity, a definition widely attributed to the philosopher Seneca. He wrote that success is not just about chance, it requires diligent preparation and readiness to act when the right moment arises. As I advanced in my career, such luck followed as I worked hard, continually improving my skills and seeking out challenging assignments. The results were continued promotion, selection for positions that had previously been closed to women officers, and eventually the opportunity to command. Throughout my career, I simply followed the advice of Canadian Stephen Leacock, a noted teacher, writer, and humorist who wrote, "I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it." But here's the thing. Luck only works if you're playing. Consider Mario from the Super Mario Brothers universe. Mario doesn't wait for perfect conditions. He jumps across impossible gaps, charges toward castles filled with fireballs, and tries again after every fall. His adventures rarely go as planned. He gets lost, he gets flattened, he gets chased by turtles with anger issues. But he keeps moving forward, and every setback makes him stronger. Then there's Master Chief, go Navy, from Halo. Master Chief faces overwhelming odds, entire armies, impossible missions, and moments when the fight seems unwinnable. Yet he keeps moving forward, not because the battle is easy, but because the mission matters. Resilience, like Master Chief's armor, is built over time and by staying in the game. Superheroes like Mario and Master Chief don't wait around for luck. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They move, they try, they fail, they learn from their failure, they respawn. Their preparation and hard work put them in the best position when opportunities arise. But a word of caution, preparation does not guarantee success, but without it, you have little chance of success. Seneca's admonition is really a call for action. A contributor on the Medium website admonishes, don't wait passively for opportunities, however promising you think they might be. Create conditions where luck can find you. Chase them relentlessly. Refine and improve your game. Grow and learn from your failures. Then continue chasing. You'll face challenges that feel like boss fights and puzzles that don't come with walkthroughs. You'll have days when you feel overpowered and days when you feel underleveled. Keep preparing and moving forward, because when opportunity appears, and it will, you'll be ready to grab it, not because you were lucky, but because you earned the right to call that moment luck. You didn't get here today by chance alone. You got here because you kept showing up on the days you felt strong and on the days you didn't. You got here because you did the unglamorous grinding, the late night studying, the long hours in the lab or at rehearsal, the early morning alarms, balancing academics and extracurricular activities, the group projects, where someone actually volunteered to do the slides. And because you did that work, you created the kind of luck that only effort can earn. As you step into the world beyond this campus, take these 4 superhero truths with you. You have more courage than you think. Remember, every hero starts exactly where you are, uncertain, untested, and standing at the edge of something new. But they chose to face the uncertainty and take that first step. As Superman declared, there is a superhero in all of us. We just need the courage to put on the cape. Dare to put on the cape and keep growing, keep learning, and keep choosing to show up. Second, you have more allies than you realize. You were educated at a small university. That means you could not disappear. Your professors knew your name, your classmates knew your work. You were asked to show up as a full human being, not just as a student ID number. That shaped you in ways you may not fully appreciate. In a world that is getting faster, more fragmented, and more anonymous, your ability to be present with people is one of the most valuable things you own. Third, you will never regret offering grace to yourself and others. Be kind. Practice gratitude, not just as a feeling, as an action. Call your loved ones. Thank your mentor. Tell the people who showed up for you that you noticed. Do it now, before life gets busy. Life always gets busy. And most importantly, the greatest victories rarely happen alone, for life is the ultimate multiplayer experience. Stay connected to the people who helped you reach this moment: family, mentors, friends, professors, and the communities you'll build next, because the most meaningful achievements in life are rarely solo missions. Invest in what's not easily faked: relationships, reputation, and the ease of working with you. Look around you right now. Take a real look. Remember the faces of those around you. You're going to need each other. You're graduating into a world that is changing faster than any generation before you. Technology is reshaping industries. Global challenges, from climate to public health to economic equality, demand new thinking, and the line between the disciplines is blurring. This is not a world that needs one kind of graduate. It needs all of you. As you prepare to receive your degree, remember that you earned your place here. May your life be filled with quests worth pursuing, companions worth trusting, and moments of luck that remind you the world is bigger and kinder than it sometimes seems. Graduates, the screen is about to change. The music is about to shift. The words "new game" are about to appear. Go forth knowing Ohio Northern University has prepared you for what lies ahead. Press start now. Thank you.
Please join me one more time in thanking our speaker for her service to ONU, for her generosity of time and talent, and for her insightful remarks on being courageous, on being kind, and on being present with others, all while staying connected to your community. Thank you, Barbara. I'm going to go off script for 30 seconds to say Barbara was one of the first women alums that reached out. I am the first woman president at ONU, and I know that, yes, I'm happy to. And I know that meant the world to Barbara, and so you were one of the very first people that I got to know, and my life is better for knowing you, so thank you. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce another wonderful woman, our student speaker, Ms. Savannah Robinson, a senior from Barnesville, Ohio. Savannah is a middle childhood education major and graduates today with honors cum laude. On campus, Savannah served as Vice President of Finance in her sorority, Delta Zeta. She has been active in the Teachers of Tomorrow organization and has served as the travel coordinator for the Softball International Club, Intramural Club, not international, sorry. I am divided, international sounds good though, right? Yeah, it does, yeah. Maybe we have a new club now. I am delighted to invite Savannah to speak on behalf of the class of 2026. Savannah.
Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Let me share a bit about how I made it to today. For some, college is remembered as packed schedules of campus and club events and late nights out with friends. For many others, it was early mornings in the library, long work shifts that went late into the night, financial pressures, and numerous responsibilities waiting after class ended. For me, there was a constant struggle between balancing my time to become who I wanted to be professionally and academically while working to support myself on the way there. Throughout my time at ONU, I worked multiple jobs, sometimes 2 or 3 in the same day. There were moments when that balancing act felt impossible, when I questioned whether I was doing enough or missing out on what college was supposed to be. Yet I realized that what I gained through that struggle and uncertainty is now one of my most important assets. I have gained resilience. I've developed the discipline and work ethic necessary to persevere through times when things feel so unstable. I know that I am not alone in this either. So many of you have balanced strenuous academics with work, family responsibilities, and personal challenges. And still, day after day, we showed up. That is what resilience looks like. It's not always visible, yet it is powerful. And it proves something important. Success and our perspective of it does not look the same for everyone. There is no single path that has brought everyone in this room together today. It is our perseverance, our willingness to keep moving forward that unites us. I transferred to ONU as a sophomore, and as a transfer student, I learned what it truly means to start over, to step into a new environment and rebuild that sense of belonging. As intimidating as college can feel at first, it pushes you to find your place in unfamiliar spaces and to put yourself out there even when the ground beneath you feels unsteady. And in that unsteadiness, something important happens to us. We learn not to wait for things to get easier or for the community to come to us. Instead, we choose to engage every opportunity that comes our way, even when it feels uncomfortable. Through organizations like my sorority, Delta Zeta, and the Educator's Honorary of Kappa Delta Pi, I found connection, leadership, and a sense of purpose. And while my involvement at ONU may not have been the most visible, it was certainly meaningful. Involvement isn't about how much you do. It's about that impact you make and what you take from it. My favorite piece of advice to underclassmen is this: your time here is what you decide to make of it. You must give 100% to get 100% back. Involvement is about the ways that you contribute to something bigger than yourself. That is how we have found belonging. That is how we discovered a purpose, a meaning, a reason to make all of those late nights and early mornings worth it. These are all lessons and skills that will extend far beyond ONU's campus, because today is not just a celebration of what we have accomplished, it is also a recognition of what will lie ahead. The hard truth is the future is just as uncertain as our first day on campus was. Only now, the difference is that we aren't the same people we were back then. Everything we've experienced, inside and outside the classroom, has prepared us for what will come next. The challenges we've faced, the responsibilities we've managed, the growth we've undergone, all of it has shaped us into the people we are today, ready to succeed in a world that doesn't always come with the clear directions and a traditional path. Our education is more than a degree. It is proof we can think critically, adapt, and empathize. It is what allows us to move forward with purpose, even when the path ahead is unknown. Graduation is often described as an ending. I see this moment as an invitation to carry everything we've learned and gained into the next chapter of our lives, to lead with resilience when things are difficult, to build communities wherever we go, to approach the world with empathy and a never-ending commitment to growth. The world needs people who are willing to keep showing up, people who understand that success is not defined by a single moment or act, but by a series of choices that allow us to try and try again, to adapt and to persevere. If our time at ONU has proven anything, it's that we are capable of exactly that. So, as we move forward and walk across this stage today, I encourage all of you to remember what it took to get here. Remember the challenges that have been overcome, the sacrifices that have been made, and the strength that has been discovered along the way. Those experiences are not behind us, they are a part of us. To the graduating class, your journey to this accomplishment today matters. I see it, we all do. The impact you will make moving forward is going to matter too. Congratulations, class of 2026.
That was wonderful. Would you please join me in thanking Savannah one more time? Would Dr. Keyes, Provost Herdig, Dean Bretz, and Captain Boyer please join me for the conferral of the honorary degree? Captain Barbara Boyer, throughout your distinguished 30-year career in the United States Navy, you served our country admirably in vital leadership roles, breaking barriers for the generations of women who would follow. Growing up in a large family in Bluffton, Ohio, you became the first in your family to attend college, earning your Bachelor of Arts in History and Economics from Ohio Northern University. You joined the U.S. Navy right after graduation and earned a master's degree from the Naval Postgraduate School. You steadily rose through the ranks, becoming the first woman to ever hold several important posts, including the first woman in any branch of the U.S. military to command the Joint Intelligence Center Pacific. In this role, you commanded a team of over 800 sailors and staff responsible for analyzing any military event that occurred in the largest command area of the world. In 2006, you retired from the Navy after 30 years of active duty and became a senior executive for the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency before retiring again to spend your time volunteering with numerous organizations, including Girl Scouts of the USA. A passionate world traveler who has visited over 35 countries, you have supported the adventurous aspirations of ONU students by establishing the Captain Barbara Boyer Endowed Fund for International Travel. You are a longtime supporter of ONU athletics, particularly women's basketball, and currently serve on the Getty College of Arts and Sciences Advisory Board. In 2019, ONU honored you with the University Distinguished Alumni Award. Navy captain, leader, team builder, adventure seeker, philanthropist, you embody each role with strength, integrity, and a relentless commitment to making an impact. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the Ohio Northern University Board of Trustees, I am truly delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We are grateful to the Symphonic Band for contributing their time and talent to our ceremony this afternoon. Under the direction of the amazing Dr. Charles Bates, the Symphonic Band will now perform In Flight by Samuel Hezu. Thank you to the band and to Dr. Bates. It's almost here, guys. We will now confer degrees and award diplomas to the graduating class of 2026. Stu, yeah, woo! Students, as your degree is called, please stand and remain standing until all 3 colleges and their degrees have been called. Provost Herdig, will you please commence the conferring of the academic degrees?
President Bauman, I have the honor of calling the deans of the colleges of Ohio Northern University for the privilege of presenting their candidates for degrees. President Bauman, Dean Stacy Lowry Bretz of the Getty College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the trailblazing candidates for the following degrees please stand? Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing. President Bauman, as Dean of the Getty College of Arts and Sciences at Ohio Northern University, it is my privilege to present these candidates for the appropriate degrees.
President Bauman, Dean John David Yoder of the T.J. Small College of Engineering.
Will the remarkable candidates for the following degrees please stand? Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. President Bauman, as Dean of the T.J. Small College of Engineering at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the appropriate degrees.
President Bauman, Dean John Navin of the James F. Dickey College of Business Administration.
Will the distinguished candidates for the degree of Masters of Science in Accounting please stand? Will the brilliant candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration please stand? President Bauman, as Dean of the James F. Dickey College of Business Administration at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the degree of Masters of Science in Accounting and Bachelors of Science in Business Administration.
Thank you. With the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University and the state of Ohio, I am pleased to confer upon you the appropriate degrees you have earned in the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, or Master of Science in Accounting, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may all be seated. I now invite the graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences to please come forward to receive their diplomas.
We will now award diplomas to the graduates of the Getty College of Arts and Sciences. Trinity Rain Adair, cum laude. The Ohio Northern University Recognition Medal recognizes outstanding academic achievement. A medal and a certificate are presented to each of the highest-ranking graduates in each college who have completed at least 90 graded hours at Ohio Northern University and are present at commencement. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and certificate will now be presented to Caitlin Grace Altman, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Alyssa Jo Arthur. Drew Robert Baker. Ryan Mackenzie Brewer. Karsten Ann Bucci, cum laude. Caden Bush, magna cum laude. Grace Calabrese, magna cum laude. Haley Rose Cannon, magna cum laude. Andrew James Comer, magna cum laude. Vanessa Page Compton. Olivia Conley. Ella Faith Cook, magna cum laude. Abigail June Davis. Allison Marie Davis, summa cum laude. Spencer Matthew Dodds. Kieran Julian Lewis Durand. Lydia Nicole Falke. Samuel Feldman. Caleb Fisher. Gavin Fitro, summa cum laude. Pablo Miguel Frontera Mendez. Courtney Garrison. Riley Corinne Glassburn, magna cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Julia Nicole Gross, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Kelly Isabella Hale, magna cum laude, honors program. Nathaniel Hall, magna cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Abigail Ann Hamill, summa cum laude, honors program as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Leah Marie Hargreaves, cum laude, honors program. Evelyn Marie Hartman. Emma Chunlan Hurston. Paige House, summa cum laude. Jameson Ann Hurst, summa cum laude. Anna Kate Louisa Jackson. Dakari Jackson. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Lily Grace James, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Amari Rose Junkins, summa cum laude. Simran Carr, magna cum laude. Caroline Marie Kelly, magna cum laude, honors program. Rihanna Eileen Kessler, cum laude. J.C. Larissa Kirkland, magna cum laude. Elijah Richard Kuzmal, cum laude. Kyler Joel Lampton, magna cum laude. Edward Lansing. Samantha Marie Lefebvre, cum laude. Sunny Marila Lloyd, summa cum laude, honors program. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Elise Lortz, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Evelyn Louise Meggery, magna cum laude, honors program. Mackenzie Lauren Miller, magna cum laude. Carolyn Robin Mocharski. Gabriel Adam Mott, summa cum laude, honors program. Brendan Ryan Novak, cum laude. Mallory Nicole Orick, magna cum laude. Caleb Raphael Payne, magna cum laude. Rachel Faith Peno, magna cum laude. Avery Grace Petrie. Althea Marie Pleasance. Natalina Elizabeth Porter. Gavin James Reinecke. Allison Ringheiser, magna cum laude. Samantha Ann Roth. Nicholas McKinley Sally, magna cum laude. Taylon Shields. Haley Starr Schock. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Victoria Ann Shulaw, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Ian Strange, cum laude. Savannah Elizabeth Straub. Mia Ann Velasquez, cum laude. Savannah Virgil, magna cum laude. Mary Alice Vogel, magna cum laude. Jacob Robert Wagner, summa cum laude, honors program. Donald John Waters, cum laude. Remy Allison Watt, cum laude. Karis Emily Williams, magna cum laude. Lauren Ray Williams, magna cum laude. Claire Page Wiseman, magna cum laude. Lauren Walters, cum laude. Sarah Michelle Wood, summa cum laude, honors program. Riley Allman, cum laude. Xavier Alterio, cum laude. Fiona Lila Burrow, magna cum laude. McKenna Ellenberger, summa cum laude. Braden Stewart Griffin, magna cum laude. Haven Noel Hall Viets, magna cum laude. Gavin Michael Hull, magna cum laude. Michaela Sky Keir, magna cum laude. Haley Juniper Lambden, summa cum laude, honors program. Samuel Graydon Miller, magna cum laude. Adelina Mia Miss Levy, cum laude. Sydney Marie Mistretta, summa cum laude. Sarah Charlize Moore, magna cum laude. Ella Jennifer Pike. Jessica Sanders, summa cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Madison Shank, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Sarah Margaret Slusher, cum laude, honors program. Lindsay Catherine Spofford, cum laude. Addison Rose Tom, magna cum laude. Amari Rose Junkins, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Mentern. Ryan Walter Strapp, summa cum laude. Adonis Abels. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Madeline Rose Alexander, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Allison Marie Bach, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Grace Barbara. Rebecca Baumline. Sydney Allison Bickford. Lauren Nicole Beery, cum laude. Talon Borders. Jillian Rosalie Borns. Zachary Bowers. Cooper Braden. Declan John Brady. Morgan Lillian Bramer, cum laude. Carly Bricker. Abigail Busden, summa cum laude, honors program. Nathan Carnival. Aiden Marcus Chandler, cum laude. Kirsten Danae Clausen, summa cum laude. Ivy Janine Coleman. Yasmin Adessa Crayley. Gabriella Marie Cromis. Austin Jacob Cummings. Jacob Lee Davis. Emery Jacqueline Starr Day. Joseph Deems, summa cum laude. Austin James DeSouza. Julia Ann DeVore, summa cum laude. Christine Arrett. Max Wilder Etheridge. Elijah Michael Evans. Lydia Nicole Falke. Benjamin Fantasi. Kaylin Ann Fetters, summa cum laude, honors program. Braden Michael Garza. Sean Xavier Geiser. Ethan Jeffrey Giannata, summa cum laude. Leela Ella Getsevich. Sarah Jane Gilbert, cum laude, honors program. Chloe Suzanne Glenn. Evan Ricardo Gomez. John David Hale, Jr., cum laude. Faith Hampton, summa cum laude, honors program. Jackson Hawker. Nathaniel Robert Heskett, summa cum laude, honors program. Morgan Elizabeth Hirschfeld. Natalie K. Hoying. Riley Eyeball, cum laude. Antonio Iorio. Katie Mae Kearns, magna cum laude. Rachel Ann Keller, magna cum laude. Victoria Antoinette Kempton. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Kylie Marie King, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Megan Victoria Clare, summa cum laude. Matthew Comiskey. Madison Douglas Cruzy. It's my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Mason Douglas Cruzy, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Sorry about that. Margaret Lauren Kurtz, cum laude. Gabriella Margaret Lane. Ryan Marie Lehman, cum laude. Eric Cameron Manring. Caleb Marsazewski. Shelby Danae Marsteller, cum laude. Elena Grace Martin. Riley Nicole Mason, cum laude, honors program. Kaylina Renee McLennan, cum laude. Dylan McDevitt. Madeline Kelsey Mead, cum laude. Madison Caitlin Meadows, magna cum laude. Nora Ann Metcalf, magna cum laude. Alexander Mills. Aiden Wilson Montgomery, cum laude. Michael Moore. Zoe Lynn Myler. Megan Jean Nerderman, cum laude. Nathan Marcus Newman. Torrance Nichols. Abigail Novotny. Mason Noel Oler, cum laude. Philippe Omateo Johnson. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Emily Joy Pasek, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Cameron James Paul, cum laude, honors program. Anthony Forrest Parker, magna cum laude. Brandon Samuel Paul. Lathan Michael Palowitz. Caleb Raphael Payne, magna cum laude. Drayton Michael Piazza. Caitlin Christine Prusneck, summa cum laude. Kennedy Kaylin Neal Rader, cum laude. Michael Ranning, magna cum laude. Connor Robbins. Savannah Robinson, cum laude. Rachel Renee Ruggles, summa cum laude. Marissa Savini, magna cum laude. Hannah Nicole Say. Megan Schmidt, summa cum laude. Andrew Schrader, summa cum laude. Claire Suzanne Schweller. Michaela Brianne Scott, magna cum laude, honors program. Katrina Ann Rita Schaefer. Alex Ryan Shea. Courtney Ann Sims, magna cum laude. Natale Anthony Sinegra, cum laude. Macy Brooks Slater. Colton Spurgeon. Alexandra Steinke, summa cum laude. Dalton Allen Stewart. Court Woodrow Sutherland. Jocelyn Lee Taylor, magna cum laude. Kylie Rose Thompson, magna cum laude, honors program. Landon Tipton, magna cum laude. Josephine Todd, magna cum laude. Kelsey Allum. Zachary Van Scoy. Troy Welker, magna cum laude. Danielle Nicole Widmark, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Williams, cum laude. Violet Rose Williams. Allison Katie Wilson. Olivia Paige Zeisler, cum laude. Nina Annalise Zibble. Catherine Grace Armstrong. Sydney Allison Bickford. Jessica Ann Cowley. Emma Etling. Morgan Elizabeth Hirschfeld. Ethan Joseph Kemp. Anthony Odu. Isabella Faye Russell. Mariana Ray Alejandro. Riley Elizabeth Anderson, cum laude. Madison Nicole Biggs. Bailey Ann Blumke, cum laude. Holly Bueller, cum laude. Adam Donald DiCominata. Sydney Denham, cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Lucille Rose Dieters, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Jordan Marie Folks, summa cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Gerard, cum laude. Caroline Sue Hensley, summa cum laude. Hunter Hensley. Ashlyn Victoria Highfield, cum laude. Olivia Faith Holt, magna cum laude. Brooklyn Shea Hurst. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Natalie Autumn Johnston, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Elizabeth Grace Key. Haley Renee Nick. Uwen Fuong Lei. Trey Myers. Allison Nicole Neary, cum laude. Kaylin Marie Pfister. Evan Thomas Alexander Pierce. Nicole Rose Pryor, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Rhodes. Wow. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Luke Jonathan Shadle, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Carly Ann Van Meter, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Molly Zimmerman, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. We will now award diplomas to the graduates of the T.J. Small College of Engineering. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Macy Jane August, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Lila Nicole Baxter, summa cum laude, honors program. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Ashton Beersford, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Julia Ann DeVore, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Evan Nathaniel Dinan, magna cum laude. Hope Marie Dysert, magna cum laude. Quentin Fesk. Samuel Douglas Freer, summa cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Truman Jacob Godsey, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Callista Grantham, magna cum laude. Alex Kaser. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Maria K. Lyons, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Jane McDonald. Destiny Morrison. Kudzai Alitha Mutsago. Dominic Pilla. Nathan Rasmussen. Rachel Emmeline Rennie, magna cum laude. Elijah Spinner. Erin Michelle Bass, magna cum laude. Colton Matthew Berner. Quinn Robert Berry, cum laude. Thomas James Cross IV. Noah David DeWitts. Kyle Timothy Inslee. Ellie Christine Ford, summa cum laude. Riley Margaret Heitkamp, magna cum laude. Kalen Robert Howard. Stacy Mackenzie Legg, magna cum laude. Isabella Ann Linder. Jacob Joseph Marjack, cum laude. Sarah Ann Markley, summa cum laude, honors program. Sarah Marie Martin. Megan Madison. William Patrick Miller. James Paul. Matthew James Pfeiffer. Ian Robert Phillips. Preston Thomas Ray. Cale Eugene Rostafer, magna cum laude. Logan Joseph Schock. Denario Trayvon Stewart. Shelby Valen Tope. Ian Valter. Cole Joseph Venemeyer, cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Wagner. Jackson Matthew Walsh. Chase Douglas Worling. Andrew Cavan Zeno Wiles, magna cum laude. Nathan Luke Wyan. Ethan James Berry, summa cum laude. Alexander Huang Burkholders, magna cum laude. Cade William Heyman. Ryan Douglas Hance, cum laude. Cole Thomas Hankinson, summa cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Grant Allen Honigford, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Nathaniel Johnson. Matthew Randall McEwen. Mark Alden Mentzloff. Ryan Nichols. Carson Luke Paul. Madeline Grace Schwanekamp. Sam Sran. Victor Trujillo. Max Watercutter, cum laude. Selby Robert Wilt, cum laude. Dylan Joseph Berkemeyer. Alexander Huang Burkholder, magna cum laude. Chase Michael Collard. Nicholas Dennis Cook. Cindy Ann Durliet. David Foyt. Alexander Michael Frimmel, summa cum laude. Ryan McAfee Grudel, cum laude. Max Jacob Higgins. Oscar Hogler, cum laude. Grace Nicole Lawson, magna cum laude. Hogan Bradley Reese, summa cum laude. Joe Roberts. Samuel Vincent Schrader. Jared Timmerman. Grace Ann Wood, summa cum laude. Declan Allen Adkins. Natalie Ann Armbruster. Madison Casey Arno, cum laude, honors program. Alex Bergeron. Derek Anthony Berkemeyer. Louis James Blasiola, magna cum laude. Logan John Bockrath, magna cum laude. Jaden Brown. Noah Douglas Brown, cum laude. Gabriello Francantonio Cusilio, summa cum laude. John Michael Francis Chesson, cum laude. Nathan Clark, magna cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Jacob Walker Klaus, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Nicholas Dennis Cook. Aaron Rocco Davis. Brennan Patrick Dakin, cum laude. Evan Brooke Dennison. Anna Seibel Dillenbeck. Sean Edgar, cum laude. Tyler David Edmonds. Nathan Evans. Zachary Charles Fenio. Nathan Flynn, cum laude. Gage Nicholas Foster, magna cum laude. William Hunter Freeman, magna cum laude. Benjamin Garcia. Sean Gast. Preston Scott Gwynn, magna cum laude. Brad David Hanley, magna cum laude. Gabriel Isaac Jackson. Aaron Thomas Hess, magna cum laude, honors program. Garrison Higgins. Samuel Ross Holden. Trent Robert Howard, cum laude. Long Huynh. Gavin Frederick Enkrot, cum laude. Cole Joseph Jordan. Reuben Matthew Kane, magna cum laude. Aiden Merritt Castor, cum laude. Trenton Richard Kellerman. Noah Patrick Kudla. Sydney Nicole Little. Solomon Thomas Lum, cum laude, honors program. Sophie Renee Mack. Aiden Cole Magulahan, summa cum laude. Chelsea Susan May, cum laude. Dalen Metellus. Marco Charles Malazzo. Braven Independence Mills. Hunter Isaac Maury. Caden Ogg. Malcolm Forrest Olson. Andrew Wesley Parker. Brandon Lewis Parkins. Bryden Pittman. Kevin Pullman, magna cum laude. Ryan Matthew Polly. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Elliot Reed Powell III, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Isaac Joseph Reddy, magna cum laude. Jacob Daniel Rich. Hogan Bradley Reese, summa cum laude. Diego Javier Rios, summa cum laude. Andrew Robert Sari. Tyler Jacob Sherrick, summa cum laude. Andrew Thomas Scheiban. Carter Benjamin Snap. Colin Staten. Austin Lee Stauffer, magna cum laude. Pierce Adam Stevens, magna cum laude. Lance Emery Steinmetz Stevenson, summa cum laude. Bryce David Stewart. Johanna May Thacker, cum laude. Nathan Douglas Thompson. Lincoln Elizabeth Tynan, magna cum laude. Bailey Tyler Wade, magna cum laude. Lindsay Meredith Weininger. Paige Joe Welsheimer. Colin Willits, cum laude. Dylan Wireman. Brody Christopher Whitman. Grant Joseph Walters. Gary Wright. Aaron Allstetter. We will now award diplomas to the graduates of the James F. Dickey College of Business Administration. Amelia Ann Howard, summa cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Libby Johnson, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Clara Lesperance, magna cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Rebecca Marksman, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Mackenzie Marie Southard, magna cum laude. John Patrick Vini, summa cum laude. Yitzhak Watson, magna cum laude. Yuki Abe. Stefano Amicobila. Eric John Anton. Chase Armstrong. Jack Baker. Samuel Joseph Baker. Darius Barrett. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Jordan Wayne Bassler, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Jevin Beard. Colton Anthony Blosser. Simon Joseph Boppel, magna cum laude. Kaylee Ema Bourne. Wyatt John Bowen. Brianna Marie Brewer, magna cum laude. Haley Paige Brown, magna cum laude. Christine May Bruno. Bronson Buck, cum laude. Abigail Rosalind Castillo. Bennett Allen Christie, magna cum laude. Carly Elizabeth Koya. Abigail Cruiser. John Rudolph D. Philippus, cum laude. Joseph Santino D. Simone. Andrew Christopher Elfers, magna cum laude. Madeline Emmerich. Luke Farrell, cum laude. Haley Nicole Godowski. Andrew Charles Gavin. Brett Greer, Jr. Hayden Robert Hansen. Jared Austin Hawk. Tatiana Hostetler. Grant Jackson Israel. Donovan Jacob Kennedy. Jenna Marie Kepler, summa cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Benjamin Knight, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Riley Madeline Kosick, magna cum laude. Carson Douglas Lang. Lydia Christine Lehman, cum laude. Chase Brian Lorenzen, cum laude. Leandre Lubin. Keegan Robert Meyer. Jonathan Morma. Caleb James Mueller. William Andrew Murdoch. Marissa Louise Myers, summa cum laude. Anderson John Neidert. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Zachary Michael O'Neill, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Kylie Morgan Ott. Kyle Isaias Pat. Jordan Petaway. Megan Lynn Pickens, magna cum laude. Jalen Pierce. Gage Powers. Jacob Pressel, magna cum laude. Trevor Christian Prudo. Chloe Quackemeyer. Robert Lee Reed. Eric Michael Rowe. Jacob Michael Rowe, cum laude. Noah Adam Schneider, magna cum laude. T.J. Schultz, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Simcoe, magna cum laude. Carl Slater, cum laude. Connor Matthew Snyder, cum laude. Brooke Alexander Stevens. Oh, Brock Alexander Stevens. Sorry about that, Brock. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Mason Studer, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Just a minute. Since 1974, Ohio Northern University and Dankook University in Seoul, South Korea, have presented 2 annual scholarships to graduating students on each campus who have demonstrated high scholastic achievement and exemplary participation in co-curricular activities. The university also wishes to recognize Mason for his selection as one of the 2026 Dankook University Friendship Scholarship Award recipients. Congratulations, Mason. Peyton Taylor. Madeline L. Todorovich, cum laude. Andrew Joseph Tremonte. Robert Walker Whitty. Trevor Wood. The man of the hour. Justin Thomas Zollers.
Dear graduates, as members of the class of 2026, you now share a proud connection with all Ohio Northern alumni. You leave here today equipped to make a difference in your profession and in this country. We admire all that you have done to reach this moment, and we expect you to apply all that you have learned here to achieve professional excellence, to improve the communities in which you live, to advance the causes and issues that matter to you, and above all, to lead fulfilling lives in pursuit of service to others. To whom much is given, much is expected. I have no doubt that each and every one of you will do great things. We have conferred the degrees upon you that you have earned. We are forever joined. You are forever a polar bear and forever an Ohio Northern University alumnus. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Would the graduates of the class of 2026 please rise? To signal and symbolize the conferral of your degrees, I now invite you to please move the tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. While we honor our graduates, we also want to recognize the very significant and the supporting role played by parents, spouses, grandparents, and family. Will the families of all graduating students please stand and be recognized? Ms. Madison Schenk will now lead us in the very first, on only the first verse of the ONU hymn. The words are printed on the back of your program. Following the hymn, I will give the benediction, and the platform party will recess out. Please remain at your seats until after the platform party has exited. And please remember, the receptions for our graduates and their guests will be held here in Kinghorn following the ceremony. Arts and Sciences will be in the middle gym, business is in the north gym, and engineering is in the south gym. I now invite you to stand as you are able. You all leave here today as leaders, and your leadership has taken many forms. A close friend and colleague, Joe Shadle, shared the following prayer with me during his ministry, and so I invite you to please bow your heads. God of love, you are with us in every transition and exchange. As we enter into this new era with excitement and even with some anxiety, we recall your deep compassion, presence, and abounding love. We thank you for your gifts, talents, and skills with which you have blessed us. We thank you for the experiences that have brought us to this moment. We thank you for the work of others that gives breadth and depth to our own. Be with us as we move forward, rejoicing with you and supporting one another. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.